you?
Fine.
Thank you so much for being here, Bhargavi, and thank you, Rudra, for inviting Bhargavi here. Superb, superb. So I think we are. Hi, Shreyas. I can see Shreyas. Hi, Shreyas. My dear,
Hi,
dear,
Sandhya.
dear nephew. My dear, dear, dear nephew from Bangalore. Shreyas, why don't you switch on your video, please? So Pratham is a mini version of Shreyas. So Shreyas is my sister-in-law's son. And when we had Pratham's haircutting, the first haircutting ceremony.
Shall we start now? I am now super excited now hearing all your wisdom.
Please mute everybody else. Please. You can mute.
Great morning, everyone. Hello. Welcome to Discover Your Unique Potential and by Contour Life and Exceedibles. Hi, let me introduce to you Mansi Bhagadev. She is the co-creator of Contour Life, a unique spiritual path for living an empowered life in today's chaotic times. She has played a key role in helping people discover their unique potential and essence by integrating them into a cohesive community. Her powerful intuition helps people discover their subconscious blocks and dissolve them. She has a gift of relating mythological characters and tales to people and real life situations and applies their essence to resolve their real life problems. Mansi guides people to discover their unique fragrance by integrating tarot, astrology, and psychic talents. She expresses her longing for her beloved Krishna and her mystical experiences through aesthetic poetry with her mentor Shivu. She writes mystical stories of ordinary men and women who go through unprecedented events by their surrender to the divine, trust, love, intelligence, and creativity. She has a master's in chemistry from Virginia Tech and a post-graduation teaching license from the George Mason University. She has taught high school chemistry, including international baccalaureate courses. She currently lives in the beautiful valley of San Marcos in California. Lots of love, Mansidi.
Thank you so much, Tisha, for this glowing welcome. It's amazing to be with all of you here.
She has also received a graduation teaching award from Virginia Tech. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much. That was a really fun experience, and I think I'm coming full circle because you all are pretty much the same age. So thank you so much, Tisha. And now we have Sia Shetty, who's going to introduce Sandhya.
Hello everyone, good morning. So I would like to start. Good morning everyone. My name is Sia Shetty and I am 16 years old. I'm one of the first people to have successfully completed the student leadership program in India. And I'm one of the founding members of the Exceedibles community and I welcome all of you all on board. So I would like to welcome our ever radiating mentor, Mrs. Sandhya Iyer Bide. She's a certified facilitator and the only trained facilitator of the Leadership Challenge in India, and we are so proud of her. She graduated from the Mumbai University in 2002 after pursuing MA in History. She has volunteered at various organizations like the Lioness Club of Pink Circle in Mumbai, Women Who Win, the Entrepreneurs Network, as well as the famous Upon Art Festival, which I personally adore. She is the proud founder of our community, Exceedables, which was founded in January 2019. She has also been the project head of WeCare Digital, program director at Nalanda International Management School, just name a few. She has 15 years of experience in marketing and customer service, and she shifted her gears to academics in 2014. Her spiritual pursuits took her to Quanto Life, which helped her realize the facilitator in her could do more good than any other profession. She lives in Thane with her mother, her husband, and her extremely adorable little son, who I personally adore. She has contested and won the Queen of Hearts title on a platform of 4 lakh women, which is the largest mother community on Facebook. She has been an active practitioner of Quanto Life, a unique path created to transform chaos into creation. And besides all of her successful wins in life, she's a generous, down to earth person, a humble person, and a giver in every form. It is always said that a true leader paves the path for his or her teammates. Well, don't look anywhere because you have one right here who will literally help you throughout every way. And I think I would just like to say a small thank you to ma'am because she doesn't know how much we love her. She has no clue how much we appreciate her and what she's done for us. So thank you, ma'am. You play a big part in our lives. And yeah, you are our second mom for sure.
Oh, that's the greatest honor any teacher can have. Thank you so much. Thank you
Welcome.
so much, Sia. Wonderful.
So shall we get started, Sandhya? Yeah.
Yes, Mansi, we can. I bow down to Shivo, I bow down to Quanto Shivo, I bow down to Mansi. I'm not sure if Dadu is around, but my pronouns to Dadu as well. No gathering like this is complete without paying my respects to Dadu. So I bow down to him and I bow down to my goddess Mukambika. Please start, Mansi. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody. It's just an amazing energy here, and it's so wonderful to see you all. Before I start, I just wanted to share that, you know, I have done many seminars and talks, but the one thing that really is the most beautiful thing to see is to see someone shine in their unique potential. When someone is living their potential, it is the most satisfying, most joyous, most beautiful sight in the whole world. So I welcome you all on this journey. So I would, Sandhya, could you play the first slide? So I'm going to dive right in with a question. Most of you are millennials, so I'm going to dive with this question. How many different kinds of jobs do you think an average millennial will have? Like, how many different kinds of jobs do you think y'all will have? Please use the chat box. This is going to be a very interactive session. Sia says 2 or 3. Do we have anyone else making a guess? So I'm thinking about the number. Anya says 3. I'm thinking the number of. I'm not even your generation. I don't want to age myself, but I was already. I have been a teacher. I've been a tarot card reader, a researcher in chemistry, an astrologer. Right now, an interviewer sometimes. So, how many do y'all think? 4 to 5. Hussein says 8 to 9. Anyone else care a guess? Jeet Shah says more than 3. Okay. Tanay just says lots. Tanmay, sorry. Saket says 3. Once upon a time, it was seen in your grandparents' generation, it was seen as the greatest honor if you only worked one job. Okay, they are like, it was seen, but now we live in a different world. As many as we are strong enough to perform, there is no limit. So I'm not saying how many jobs at one time, but throughout your life. Okay, Hussein says 5 or 6, Rudra says 2. Okay, so actually the recent surveys in, at least in the US, say that an average millennial is going to have about 15 jobs. Okay, that is the number of different jobs that you will have in a lifetime, and you are all going to work in jobs that haven't even been created today. For example, when I was in college, there was no social media. All these, there's so many options right now, that YouTubers, there was no such thing as that when I was studying. So you all are studying and getting ready for jobs that haven't even been created yet. And in that scenario, the only thing we can really depend on is on knowing ourselves, and also learning how to move on with this fast-paced world. And that's what we're going to try to figure out today. Okay, what are the sutras for doing? Can we go to the next slide? So the next question I would like to ask is, how do you choose your career? Can you answer in the chat? How would you choose your career? What does it depend on? Yes, based on your interests. That's Shreyas says that. And then let's just go to the chat again. Someone's Pankaj says circumstances. Shreyas says interest and capabilities. Interest plus future scenario. Jeet says interest and skills. According to what I'm good, and also something that will take care of livelihood and provide a good income. By knowing opportunities, interest, capability, passion and interest, something that we like to do, but something that gives a high income, it helps society, and I have the skill to do it, what we are passionate about. Ikigai, what is Ikigai?
Ikigai.
What is Ikigai?
Oh, okay, that's the Japanese. Niyati can unmute and explain what she wants.
Yeah, it's Japanese art, na?
Japanese concept of choosing the career which might be the best for us because we like it, so we are passionate about it. We have the skill to perform it, so we can do it well. It gives us income, so we grow as in like not constant or stagnant at a point. Also, it helps the society. It's not just for us. It helps everybody.
Okay.
I would like to add something.
That's an excellent. Pranam Papa.
Pranam Dadu.
So what I'm hearing from all of you is that either Ananya says by seeing what qualities you have in you and which completes your passion. So most of you are giving an internal reason for the career, which is your own interests, your own passions, and some of you are also giving an external thing, like something that gives you income, or something that based on what are the opportunities available out there. Okay, so as we go in this seminar, we're going to take a deeper look at how we choose our career, okay, and what are the sutras for delving into it. So can I have, so one more thing I wanted to share, in when people were choosing their career, like 2 generations back, they would choose sometimes based on their parents couldn't get into a career, so the kids would live their dreams. And fortunately, we are in a different world. You might have heard that from your grandparents, that that maybe our grandparents weren't able to live this dream, and they weren't able to get to medical college, or they didn't have money for engineering, so we did. So glad that the world has moved, and now everyone is choosing the career based on their interests. So we can do that a little deeper. But let's go to our next slide. I'm going to get a little biological on you. Okay, so how do you, okay, so this is one of my favorite quotes by Einstein. And he said that everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing it is stupid, right? So the fish, have you all come across the word ecosystem? Yeah, can anyone tell me what is an ecosystem? Yeah, feel free, you know, because I've gone a little more biological on you, but you're welcome to share, keep sharing on chat, okay, whatever you want to say. So biologically, ecosystem is an interconnected group or community of living organisms, and they all live and interact with each other, okay, in a specific environment. So that is how it is. And a lot of people say ecosystem is a community. Absolutely. And it's a interconnected community where there is a lot of interaction and you live in a specific place. So Sanjay, can we go to the next slide? So, okay, so this is my favorite fruit, the mango. So what kind of ecosystem do you think a mango needs to thrive? What do you think it needs? I actually come from, just a minute, I'll check on the chat. Because you know the mango, I mean, if I take the best mango seed, I put it in the attic, it's not going to grow, right? So you have to find the right ecosystem. No matter with the seed, it needs a nice system for it to thrive. Prajakta says it needs deep soils. Anything else? Yeah. It needs summer. It needs, it's a tropical fruit. It needs to be hot, right? It needs a very warm summer. It needs the right amount of sunlight. Actually, it needs a
Mango
wet
shower.
season and a dry season.
Mango shower.
Yeah.
Mango shower.
Mango
Yeah.
shower.
Mango showers is a kind of it's a kind
Rainfall.
of rain that falls during that season.
Oh, how amazing. Yeah, it needs breeze, yes. You need that for pollination. Very good. So we really
Vaibhav, can you
need
please
a thriving ecosystem. Okay. Yes, Hemant?
Priyal
Yeah,
has
it
raised
needs
her
good.
hand. Priyal has raised her hand. If she has to ask a question, she can either put it on chat or unmute and speak.
Yes.
The mango needs right amount of sunlight, water, and oxygen.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? You have different types. You know, some mangoes might grow in a little bit of a different soil and different climate. But you know, there is no way you can grow it on the Arctic, right? You know, I think even in Northern California, we can't really have mangoes. It cannot tolerate freezing temperatures. So yeah, it needs natural fertilizers, right? So no matter how good the seed, you need a right ecosystem, okay? And today we are also going to talk about how to find the right ecosystem for yourself, okay? I want to share a story about ecosystems. Sandhya, can we go to the next slide?
Sure.
So, do you all know her? I'm sure she's popular in India too, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Oprah
Oprah?
Winfrey.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, exactly. She is. I am a huge fan. And so Oprah Winfrey had a very interesting childhood. But yeah, Sandhya says she adores. Yeah, I adored Oprah too. And I adore Oprah's teacher, who is Maya Angelou. Just totally adore them. So Oprah, when she was 22, she was given a job at a news channel, which was called WJC. Okay. Now, in those days, it was a very, very big thing. So this is about like 40 years ago. It was a very big thing to have a Black female anchor. Okay. Okay, so this was a huge achievement. Even though it was a small channel, it was very, very, very popular. Everyone's eyes were on her. And then the reports started coming in, and they said that, Oprah is stiff. She is not photogenic. She mispronounces the names. She's too emotional. And then the final report said she's unfit for television. And then they fired her. Okay, and she was devastated because all the eyes were her. It is very hard for a female Black person to get into TV unless she was a singer in those days, and now she's been fired. Now, luckily for her, they actually had this news channel had a failing show, okay, and this failing show was called People Talk. People Can Talk. And they said, anyway, it's failing, right? We already have Oprah on contract. Why don't we put her there? And what do you think happened, right? It was a huge, monstrous hit. And 2 years later, they started the Oprah Winfrey show. She was the first woman in history to do that in American television, the first female Black person to do it. And as they say, the rest is history. Right? So Oprah was in a really bad ecosystem in the sense that job wasn't right for her. It wasn't the right ecosystem for her. And putting her in the right ecosystem, and then she just thrived. So I just wanted to share the importance of ecosystem. And as I share these stories, if there is any story that you all know or you want to share about your life, I would just love to hear from you. Can we go to the next slide? So the next one.
Mansi, may I share a story regarding the ecosystem?
Sure.
I think it will tie in also what we were supposed to share next about my experiences with Quantolife, because Quantolife is what helped me get not only get the right ecosystem, but also create an ecosystem for myself. So we all heard, Sia giving my introduction, and that I have, some amount of work that I have done in marketing and customer service. And though I had this confidence in me, I was self-confident. I knew I had the talent. I knew I had what it needed. But somehow, I always ended up, the last chain, in the sense that I always felt that people are there who are hugely getting benefited, but somewhere, my dreams or my aspirations or my need for self-development take a backseat. Okay, Vaibhav is finding it very difficult to follow us. Vaibhav, I'm sorry, बेटा ये जो पूरा सेशन है वो इंग्लिश में ही होगा, तो आप अपने आप को म्यूट कर लो, मैं आपको इसके बाद कॉल करके बात करूंगी आपसे. आप प्लीज अपने आप को के लिए म्यूट कर लो. Thank you. Yeah. So this ecosystem, and I came to know about ecosystems when I joined Quantolife. 2014 is when I came in touch with Quantolife, and I really took to Quantolife like fish takes to water, and I was very surprised by that myself. And here I learned a lot. Quantolife and Mansi and Dadu, they all gave me a lot of support. They all helped me understand that I am planting wrong seeds. I'm planting the right seeds, probably in the wrong soil. I am looking at, I am not putting my wisdom, or I'm not putting quality time in understanding and matching to the right ecosystem. And believe you me, I felt very frustrated at that time, because I was frustrated that things are not moving, things are not happening. I'm unhappy, though I am talented and capable and hardworking, ethical, willing to do everything nice. everything was there, and then I was not getting it, and then plus, someone is not giving it to me. Someone is saying, do it, do this, don't do this, do that. Someone is not giving it to me, so that was another blind spot that I had. And the moment I started focusing, in spite of the frustration, despite the frustration, when I shifted my focus on creating an ecosystem, the journey has been quick, it has been fruitful. And I remember, what Quanto Shiva would always tell me, and Mansi would always explain it to me so lovingly. She would be like the balm, Quanto Shiva would be like the sandpaper, and Mansi would be like the balm on it. So she would always say, and both of them would very lovingly, they would explain to me that the whole, sorry, I lost track. I'm sorry about that. Just a moment. Probably it's all coming back, so I'm living that moment again of, that transition. Yes. So they would always say that, you give so much, you attract people with your personality, then it just falls. You have not developed something, you have not developed an ecosystem to keep them with you. And I would fail to understand at that point of time, and as Maya always says, you do better when you know better. So when I came to know that this is my gap, in spite of having everything, why am I not doing it? I'm not able to hold. And the whole Exceedable Leadership community has grown out of that seed. It was seeded, it bloomed in the last 3 months of the pandemic. And these children, they stick to me. I am so grateful to God that these children, they stick to me. They are always with me. I mean, they're so eager. So I have been able to form that ecosystem. So this was an example, a live example, which I wanted to share with all of you. This journey of not finding the right ecosystem, finding the ecosystem, understanding the gap, seeding it, birthing it, nurturing it, and taking it forward. So today it is like the next phase for this ecosystem, where the synthesis is happening, where two worlds are coming together, so that the people who are in the ecosystem, they grow beyond their expectations, or rather they dive into themselves so deeply that they are able to understand that where is it that they have to plant themselves. So thank you, Mansi, for this opportunity, for sharing my story.
Yes, of course, Sandhya, and it is such a joy to see that, because when you didn't have that ecosystem, the way I would see it, I would see a leap and then a crash, and that's what we would see. And you are so talented, you have so much potential, and you had so much fragrance. You wanted the world to enjoy it. And this, the graph was going like that. So this is, thank you so much for sharing this. Thank you so much. So you know what, just 1 minute, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Actually reminds me of my own story. And so I came to US to do my PhD. Can someone handle the spotlight, please? We don't need the this slide so much in this instance. Okay, so so I came to US to do my PhD, and I came here to do research in chemistry. I loved chemistry. I loved research, and then I started teaching, which I also loved. So it seemed the perfect ecosystem in the beginning. But then what I realized is, even though I liked chemistry and doing research, there were hours and hours that I would have to spend alone in the lab. And that was devastating for me. It was also very common among researchers doing PhD to look down on teaching. So I felt a lot of peer pressure to hate something I loved. And it was a very, very difficult time, and it was a very long journey I had to take to actually admit to myself that what I really love is teaching. People told me that you're going to make half the salary you would as a researcher in mass spectrometry, which I was specializing in. They had jokes. In research laboratories, very common to joke about teachers in chemistry and look down upon them. So it was a really long journey that I had to take to own, and also the fact that I had gone to US to do something, to do research, and to admit that I was really not happy in it. Sometimes you just figure it out when you are in it. You know, sometimes you can do everything and you still don't know. You still have to be in the field and do it to really realize how it is. So yeah, thank you so much for bringing that up, which actually brings me to the next point, which is dissolving the past. Sometimes, knowingly or unknowingly, we choose our professions due to some wrong reasons. Can someone share what are the wrong reasons we might get into for choosing a career? Can people share? Like for in my case, you know, I was ignorant. I didn't know that I would feel very lonely in research and I wouldn't be able to do. And that thing haunted me for a very long time. I had to work on that past because I felt like a failure, even though I was enjoying teaching. I was being appreciative of teaching, but it haunted me. So we have Hemant who says parents pressure. Yes, parents pressure can play. The parents always intend the best for us, but sometimes this is the best they know. They look at the world and they think that's the best choice for us, and it may not be the best choice. Sometimes we just don't know. Peer pressure, yes. Shravani says parental force. Pankaj says confusion. Anything else? We make a decision in a hurry, right? Sometimes we have to make a decision in that amount of time. And Disha says lack of recognition of your own interests. Very, very interesting. Yes, sometimes you are not appreciated, you don't get recognized, and then you say, okay, I'll do something else. Very good. Society norms, which might be toxic. Uninformed opinion, yes. We are more interested in what others are doing. Very true. Taking decision without thinking, confused about what to choose. Sometimes it's a genuine confusion. We don't know. And as Sandhya said, as Mala Angelou said, that the more you know, the more you can do better. But sometimes you just don't know.
Less options.
Yes. Yes.
Less options.
Too many options?
Less options.
Oh, you didn't have the options. The circumstances were such, which is why you got into it. Yeah, very good. And the thing is, when you make so one of the sutras to pick the right profession in life, to pick the right fields, is to dissolve all those feelings of negativity. For example, if you did not get recognition, that hurt. Someone who said that if you don't get recognition, does that person want to come on? Hi. So for example, if you did not get recognized, maybe you feel that that deep insecurity. You don't you have a low self-esteem about your own talents. And all these things are, once we feel them, all these hurts are actually stored in our body, and they prevent us from actually experiencing our full potential. Sometimes peer pressure, and also sometimes I want to use the word jealousy. Sometimes someone has got fame, we want that too, and we want to follow the same footsteps, and it may not be right for us. Even that jealousy is going to prevent us. Inferiority complex, yes. Niyati says, Mr. Kapoor's son is doing so well. What will people think about me if my choice or passion is not approved? Right. And all these feelings of insecurity, inferiority, they are all stored. So even if we have the potential, even if the ecosystem is there, we may not even recognize it. We'll not even go for that. So one of the sutras that we're going to do is dissolve all these things. So nothing is preventing us from going full throttle. Okay. Can we, so this is like the deeper subconscious level. In Quantum Life, we work on 3 levels. This is like the deeper level, like what is beneath the surface, what is preventing us from finding our unique potential for going after our dreams. Okay. Sandhya, can you play the next slide?
Sure.
So the next one is intense value creation. Does someone want to share what they think about value creation? Do you know who that is? I mean, Justin Bieber. So I'll talk
Justin
about him
Bieber.
in a minute. So does anyone want to share what they think value creation is? So Gary says contribution to the society as a whole. Very good. It is value that you're creating for yourself as well as for the world. Okay, it's a two-way street. And we've been having these Zoom sessions maybe from when the COVID hit, I think from April. And every time I make an attempt to introduce Shivo, who's my guru and also the founder of Quantum Life in a New Way. And he's so multifaceted that I think I can just keep on doing this. Every weekend we've been having a quantum program and I can introduce him in a completely new way and still I am not lost for options. So with that, I would like to introduce Shivo. Can we have the spotlight on Shivo? So Shivo is one of the most intense value creators that I have known. Whenever we do a project in Quantum Life, the question is always, what value are we providing? And also, and also, you know, he will not hesitate to, and when we are providing value to the society, we are also creating value for ourselves. So he wants us to work on both the ends. One of the simplest ways in which Shivo will share value is anything valuable he finds, whether it's a book, it's a concert, even if another spiritual group is having a program, he will completely promote it on every single platform he has as if it is his own. I have never seen this generosity, and value creation stems from your generosity. But when you are this generous, the universe is also very generous towards you. And I have seen him demonstrate that, illustrate that in every aspect of his life. And Shivo, thank you so much for helping us recognize value, helping us create it. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Mansi, for the wonderful, innovative introduction, the new introduction again. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Shivo. Sandhya says, like we have in the Excitable community, co-creating value for the community as well as the individual members and those who come in contact. Absolutely, Sandhya, absolutely. So, so the one thing is, so now let us think about what creates value and what detracts value. Like, let's say if you are a singer, because we're going to choose, we just have a picture of Justin Bieber. So how would we, what are some, can you give me some examples on how you can create value, or how your value can be reduced, how you can reduce value? So anyone want to give me examples? Like, for example, you're a singer, and how can you add value to the world and to yourself? What are some of the things you would do?
By respecting your audience and not thinking less of them.
Absolutely, you would think you would really respect everybody, your whole audience. Yes, you would not look down upon that. And actually, I've seen that a lot, and I've seen that the greater the singers are, the more respect they give and the more humbler they are. Amazing how that works, right? Anyone else?
Giving.
So, yes.
giving such kind of music which connects to a larger population and remains with them so that they remember them even later, so the value never degrades.
Right. So you really touch them, right? Very good. So for example, if you wanted to create value, um, what are the other things you would do? Like for example, if you were given, if an opportunity came to you to sing somewhere, what is your? Would you have any criteria, or would you say yes? How would you deal with it if you got an opportunity? Let's say you got an opportunity to sing in your building. What would you do? Would you accept it? Would you wait for it? Would you wait for a bigger opportunity? Would you, would you save
Just
your voice
enjoy
for
it.
reality TV? Yeah?
Just do it. Enjoy
Yeah,
it.
Tisha says just live it and rock it, right? That is Tisha's way. Sia says accept it and start from the bottom. Absolutely. So this is one of the ways we can increase.
Mansi aunty,
Yes, beta? Yes?
actually, even I have an idea. Even if you got the opportunity to rock on the stage, no, don't be scared about anything. Just don't think that anyone is around you. Just go and rock it.
Excellent, Tisha. Sorry, was that Ananya? Yeah. Yeah. Hi, hi, Ananya. Excellent. And you know what?
Hello.
Hi. And you know what? You bring up the other point that don't be scared. So if you're scared, that's a value detractor, right?
Yes.
Right? Can
Yes.
anyone think of more value detractors? We talked about, okay, you take every opportunity, and you know what, I want to say that many branding experts will tell you against it. Earlier there was this fad that you only go to the big, you save yourself for the big platform, you wait to be discovered, you don't share much, you keep it a secret, don't expose yourself, right? So what are some of the value detractors? So Ananya said being scared. What else? Sandhya says fear of failure, ridicule, rejection. Yup. Sujal says every big thing starts from small things. True. Aditi says we need to challenge it to give it a try with fearing the opportunities. I think without fearing the opportunities, anxiety can be a detractor. Very, very good.
I meant to say without fearing.
Yes, Aditi. Sorry, I couldn't see who was talking. Can you say again?
I meant to say without fearing the opportunity.
Yeah. I got that. Thank you, Aditi. And Tisha says, and Hemant says, what will people say? Yes, that's a very big detractor, because you're afraid to put yourself out there. Log kya bolenge? And Niyati, very good. If we don't perform well, people make a joke of us, right? We get ridiculed. Yes, we'll be laughed at. First of all, we put ourselves, and you know what? Whatever our gift is, we are most vulnerable about it. I have, to be very honest, what I'm not very good at, I don't feel that vulnerable. I'm full bindas. But sometimes what it means most to me, what is the talent that is closest to me, I feel most vulnerable in. So I completely get it. The other thing is sometimes even jealousy can keep you out of value creation. For example, you have, you have a team project, and someone who is someone can be the right partner for you, but you don't go to them because you're maybe jealous of them, so you don't want to deal with them. Sometimes you just heard about other things with people, you hold that in you don't want to work with them. So all these kinds of things. One of the things, yes,
Even thinking that they are too good for you.
yeah, thinking the other person, yes, that is low self-esteem, right? You don't value yourself, you want to value other people, but you don't want to value yourself. Very good. Sandhya says she had the fear of rejection and ridicule from teenagers before coaching them, but facing that fear as my passion was greater than that, and that really helped the transformation. Right now it's a healing process. Wow. So, someone who is so good, see Sandhya sharing, someone who's so good at coaching, even she felt that fear because perhaps this was her greatest calling. And whenever you are doing whatever is your greatest calling, you are going to feel that fear. And bravery is not having no fears. It is going ahead in spite of your fear. That is courage. Don't wait for the time you will be free from fears. That will never happen. If you really care about it, you're never going to, you might feel that fear. You might feel those butterflies. But, with those butterflies in your stomach, you're going to emerge like the butterfly. If you really face it, if you really live it. Okay. So I wanted to share a story about Justin Bieber. I don't know. Does anyone know how he started? So he started in 2007, I think. And at that time, YouTube it was not as popular. It was not a big platform as it is today. And at that time, there was this huge, whenever a child star wanted to become really big, or even a child singer, if he wanted to make it big, they would go and find these talent managers. There would be all these competitions they would go into. And there was a formula. At least in US, there was a formula how you would get onto getting recorded by these labels and being signed by these labels. And what Justin Bieber did was his mom actually put a YouTube video of him in a singing contest on YouTube just for their friends and family. And he figured out that he really likes it. So he started putting covers, okay, of music. And in 6 months, he was discovered. Someone just came on YouTube and he was discovered. In another 6 months, he was working with Usher, and there was a bidding war with different groups, rock groups and pop groups, and they all wanted him to open for them. And this immense popularity started on a very, very small platform, because YouTube was not what it is today. We don't have these YouTubers. Nowadays, it's such a big thing. It was a very, very tiny platform where you would put in videos for your family and friends to watch. Tisha shares that Shiva said that she should develop sensitivity to various audiences because sensitivity is the most important thing. Absolutely. That is how you are valuing your audience and they value you back. So the next, really take up every opportunity. And I think we have talked about artists and talk shows. Now I'm going to move the stories to scientists, and I'm sure there are many scientists here. So the next, so for the first sutra was like dig deeper, look at your subconscious, dissolve that. The second one was consciously create more and more value. Say yes. Say no only if you are saying yes to something where you're creating more value. Only then say no. Okay. Sometimes you're just lazy. That's why you say no. You don't want to prep for that singing competition or that science project. So that is also a value detractor. Oh, before I forget, can everyone, before we go to the next topic, can everyone tell me on a scale from 0 to 100, how much of a value creator are you, or how much of a value detractor are you? So for example, it could be 50-50%. Can while I go to the next story, can people start putting in how many percentage they think they are? Amaya says she's 55%. Okay, Ananya. Anyone else? Sakit says 60%. Yes. Shravani says 60-40. Okay. Radhika says 75. Sandhya says 75. Gauri says 40-50. Okay. Keep it coming. So what I've learned from Shivo, that even if you increase it by 10%, your life is just gonna expand. Okay. It is just gonna blow up like you can't even imagine. You go 10%, 10x times. I think he says that's how much your life is going to blow up. So you all know now how to, increase the value. So let's get on to that. Okay, so the third one is about imbibing cosmic qualities. Okay, you have cosmic qualities. In this, we are talking about devas, we are talking about gurus, we are talking about divine beings. And for example, if you look at the Hindu devas, every deva has a specific cosmic quality. And what we do in our Quanto Life programs and in our processes, which we call synthesis, we actually imbibe those cosmic qualities. We actually have processes where we will openly share what is our subconscious, that is our offering to the devas, and then we'll imbibe those qualities of devas. For example, Brahma is the cosmic quality of new creation, of new vision, to create a new universe. Okay, Ma Saraswati is the inspiration in life. You know, she is the muse. She is the one who inspires. So this is something we do in Quanto Life. Now, another very important part of another sutra for finding your potential is the role of synchronicities. If you have looked at any famous person or any famous discovery, it has never come purely by effort. It's always been a hand of synchronicity. Here, I would like to take the example of Einstein. Okay, uh, I think we can have Einstein stories in all these sutras, but I chose this one. So Einstein, after he got his PhD, for 2 years, he went along and he was looking for a teaching position. He got very, very frustrated. And then finally, due to some influence and pehchan, he got a job as a clerk in a patent office. Okay, this is a huge demotion. Okay, actually, in Oprah's case, also going from a news anchor to, like, talking in a in a failing talk show was a huge demotion. So, but for Einstein, even more, from a PhD candidate looking for a teaching job, he has gone to being a clerk in a patent office. And he was there for 2 years. He was there for a while, and what he worked on is the electromechanical synchronization of time. And in common language, it's a clock. Okay, he was handling patents for clocks, and he worked there for a few years, and even there he was not promoted, so he was kept in that clerical position also. And guess what? He was dealing with these clocks all the time, the new theories, the new scientific advances that were happening on that. And then what does he go on to do? He was the one who came up with the theory of space-time continuum. So he came up with this whole new universe and understanding of time. And it's only because of the synchronicity. If he was in a teaching position, maybe this would have never happened. So synchronicities are what will really give you that leap. And in Quantum Life, we partner with the devas, we partner with scientists in spirit, and we imbibe, we try to imbibe their qualities, make it a part of our life. And when we do that, we start seeing synchronities even more and more in our life. Okay, so can we go to the next slide? So, this is a list of all the things, and I could keep going on with these slides of all these discoveries that were made through synchronicity. There was the scientist got a lucky break. For example, penicillin. The Dr. Fleming was working on this influenza virus, and he went on a vacation, and some mold grew on it. So he was just about to throw it because it got contaminated. But he's also a genius. So, there was a synchronicity. He's also a genius. So he observed that wherever the mold was, there was no bacterial growth. There was no virus growth there. And that's how he came up with penicillin, and which, has changed the whole medical world and the quality of our life. So all these discoveries have made, they were working on completely different things, and this kind of discoveries were made. So synchronicity has a very, very important part to play. I'm sure you all must have experienced some synchronicities too in your life. So this was this generalized Quanto Sutras. And now I would like to go to a more specialized reading of, I think we have identified 3 people, Sandhya? And
Yes.
yes. And I would like to, in Quantum Life, we utilize all intelligences. So we bring in the science, we bring in the mythology. In fact, that's why it's Quantum Life, because Shivo has synthesized many of the findings of quantum mechanics and Hindu metaphysics, and he has come up with this whole new method. So we don't say no to psychic sciences also, because they are also an intelligence, and maybe hopefully with blessings of devas, I can demonstrate how we use that in Quantum Life. Yes, Sandhya?
Sure, absolutely. So
Should we start with, can we start with the astro reading? Can you call upon?
yes. So for the astro reading, we have Niyati Singh with us. She is an exceedable, and she's finished this coaching program, and her fragrance is such that happiness is the word that comes to me when I think of her. The name Niyati, and my energies change, because then I'm tuned to her innate, quality of happiness, and her, she's glued to happiness, and everybody around her happy. So we had this amongst the exceedables. I had requested if they could have preferences and get in friends and family here. So 3 of them, Niyati, Aditi, and Vanshika, the 3 of them, they opened their hearts to their friends, cousins, family members. They not only put their names of the friends on the group, but they also ensured that these friends went ahead and registered on the Zoom link. So these are the qualities. I think this is another synchronicity. Mansi, this is purely synchronicity that these 3 have been chosen for today's live reading. So with Niyati, we are doing the astro reading, and with the other 2, we will be doing the turn.
Amazing. Niyati,
can I just pin Niyati's video? Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. Here she is. Can't miss her energy, her happy energy. You can't miss it. Yes. So Mansi, this is
can I see her?
for you.
I am somehow not. Can I see Niyati? Can we? Yeah. Hi, Niyati.
Hello, ma'am. Good morning.
I totally get what Sandhya is saying. So it's a pleasure knowing you through your horoscope, and I don't know you otherwise. So so yes. So one of the synchronous thing is your horoscope reflects a lot of what we have discussed today. So that is another synchronicity, and I'm going to talk about exactly how. The other thing I wanted to say, Niyati, your birth time is such that even if there's a mistake of 5 minutes, it changes the whole reading, but there are some things that are there. So I'm going to assume this is right, and we will go ahead, and if you don't feel, we'll talk about it, okay? But the reason I chose yours was because there are many talents you have, which is based on the topics we discussed today. So it was just synchronous. So I had to take you in spite of this. Okay. So let's get started. So no matter how what your time of your horoscope is, just based on your horoscope, you have excellent managerial and organizational skills. You have extreme clarity of thought. Does that resonate?
When I actually put in my thought to a proper path, I can think clearly.
Yes, yes. So you like to organize. You're a natural organizer of your own thoughts, and once you organize your own thoughts, you can do it for, the way your chart is. You'll be able to do it for very large organizations also. Okay, and you really have amazing marriageable skills. But that is not your highest talent. Let me get to other talents. Okay, so your other talent is what we have seen is, okay. So I want to ask you some confirmation questions. So are you very good at knowing what are people's, like for example, a person comes with you, you can read what is their desire or if they're lying or not. You kind of have an understanding. When you meet them, when they talk, you get the vibes. Is that true?
I can say that, just a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I talk to people or when I meet people, I am generally like, I don't tend to find out what they're trying to, or what they intend to mean or anything. But if I try to indulge in it, if I try to think what is the basis on what they're talking to me, I guess I can find it out.
Yes. I think you're being a little modest. I think you're good at it. If you just, you pay a little attention, I think you're just being a little modest here.
I actually don't pay attention. That's the main.
Yeah. And now that you know, and this is the thing about talent, once you know it, you're going to pay more and more attention. It's going to come even more easier. See, once it has come into your observation, now you'll keep an eye, and we talk again whether if it has enhanced or not, now that it has been pointed out. Okay, the more you observe, the more you're going to see it. Whatever we pay attention to grows, and in this case you have that innate talent, so it's going to grow. Okay, so the other thing, the one thing that even Shivo is an amazing astrologer, and I'm a student, and one of the things that he has helped me see in your horoscope is you have the potential to really understand large ecosystems. Okay, so you have the potential that, like for example, what's an ecosystem? And education, let's think about education, world education, that's an ecosystem. Let's think about banking, that's an ecosystem. So when you see an ecosystem that you're interested in, you're able to see the whole picture. You're able to see all the roles, what do they need to be successful at that role, how that system works, how money flows in, what are the feedback loops, and also who are the right people for those jobs. And I think this is something that you will find. I don't know if you're very young, I don't know if you've already found that, but you will definitely, this is definitely a huge talent you have. And are you lucky in finding good teachers in your life, good role models, mentors?
Yes. Like
Yes.
Since the very childhood, I remember my first grade teacher was very close to me. My
Yes.
second grade teacher, some specific teachers like 8th, 9th, and 10th were very, very important to me, and not just the main class teachers, but the subject teachers. Also, I never attended tuitions, but the extracurricular activities or personality enhancement programs which I've done, right now I have joined the Exceedables with Sandhya ma'am. She is an absolutely great mentor for us, and I enjoy my time with her. I have learned so much. And before this, I have done another program, and I remember Ekta ma'am also, she has been a very good teacher to me. So yes, I have been finding a lot of good people.
And this will continue. You will be you'll be very lucky with your mentors. You will find a lot of synchronicities also happen in your life. Okay, and even your father could be a very strong role model for you.
He is actually. After I finished talking about teachers, I was like, okay, I just mentioned the outside the family teachers, but what about my own parents? Like, especially my father. He himself trains, and when he trains at home, it feels like some army school, but it's actually very nice.
So that is one of your. So you will always, in your ecosystem, you're always going to find mentors. That is, the other thing is, okay, so let's see. Okay, and this is, okay, now I'm going to give you a big vision for you, okay? So one of the things is that what you can do in your life is, you will find a lot of synchronicities. So you can sometimes take the easy path. But what I would advise you is try to get in contact with visionaries. Okay. You will have the ability to make their vision come true, but you'll also have an ability to create your own vision. And that's the long route. Okay. Sometimes you have easier routes and you will have a lot of synchronicity. So you can take the easier route. My advice to you would be go the longer route, go the more right route, and you will be able to really bring about a new vision in the world. Okay.
I didn't really understand the part where I follow others' visions and I create visions. I didn't understand.
So for example, as you grow up, someone might have a very good vision on, how to, I don't know what your interests are. Let's say your interest is education. So maybe there's a new school coming up, which is going to have a project-based a system, and that is different than the rote learning. And maybe you will help make it come true. Maybe your interest is in some business. So there is a very ecological, caring business where you might be like, this is a great vision and it's going to take time to make that vision come true, but let me go for it.
Okay, so can I have an example here? Like, as ma'am already said, that I like making people happy. So that connects to me liking to help people. Also mentioning that apart from all the good mentors, great mentors which I have, I guess my greatest or most closest mentor was my grandfather. And he had a vision of making a school and many other things for the people who cannot really afford a very good higher education because they're expensive and they're outreached far, like they can't reach there. So he already started the project. So is it like
wow, isn't it synchronicity? I would bring that up.
Yes, one of my mentors.
Yeah.
That is like helping somebody, and I like helping. So.
Okay, so this would be a great example. Look at the synchronicity. When I bring up education, I could have brought up anything, right? So I would say this is something we'll discuss more in detail as we know, but I think you have a good idea, right? And one of the traps for you is sometimes, when life is, when life is like easier, sometimes we have to make an extra effort to be compassionate towards those who are not as successful. Sometimes, we are very successful and we tend to think it's only because our talent. We forget that luck and everything also played a part in it. And someone may not be successful, but they can be more talented, and to remember that. Okay. So thank you, Niyati. We move on. We have limited time. So I think I would, let's get on to Vanshika and
yes,
Aditi. Yeah.
Yes, so we can move on to Aditi.
Okay.
What I've done is I've also pasted, I've played of a scribe and I've posted everything that you said for Niyati in the chat box. So Niyati, you can copy it and paste it somewhere for you to reflect later. And if you have any questions,
okay, Aditi, awesome. So Aditi, what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to use tarot. Tarot is a way to connect energies and to talk to the universe. Like, I'm going to ask the universe what is Aditi's unique potential, and let's see what the universe answers. Okay. Yeah. So let's see. See, this is like totally blind because I cannot control what I'm going to get. So it requires trust in the universe a little bit. Oh, wow. Look at that. This is Ma Saraswati.
Wow.
Sorry, Ma Lakshmi. Wow.
Amazing.
Wow. You're gonna be Lakshmi for so many people. You are going to Sandhya, does it describe Aditi a little bit? You are gonna be, the essence of Ma Lakshmi is, for example, Ma Saraswati inspires and there is new creation. And Ma Lakshmi is the person who takes that creation to everyone, who shares that creation, who creates this sharing among everyone. Okay. You all know, you all know Ma Lakshmi. She is the joy, the connection between people. She is the exchange of energy. The energy can be money. You're going to bring money, prosperity. So you have the gift that whatever you do, you'll be able to bring prosperity there. Whatever your interests, and you really want, you're the kind of person who does not want success only for themselves. You want everyone to be successful, right? You will not be happy. Like, for example, if you are only happy, you're not happy. You want to be shared among people, and then you will be happy. So that is your gift. You really know how to appreciate people. You know how to, that is all you're shaking. Yeah, you know how to appreciate, and you'll not just do like flat appreciating. You'll really figure out what is the quality to be appreciated in them, and then you will appreciate that. It's very genuine, right? And I think no matter what you do, this thing is always going to create new opportunities for you and for others. Okay. So I think this is amazing, Aditi. Sandhya, you know Aditi better than me. Would you agree on her Mahalakshmi potential?
I would agree with you infinite times and more.
Thank you so
This
much.
is one
Because
girl.
you know them better. You
Yes.
really know them. For me, it is like blind,
So she's one girl, and you're very right. The moment she identifies that someone in the group needs help understanding something, or someone is hesitating to ask for help, she would, it's like, if you have to really visualize it, she's the one who will go and tap on the shoulder and ask, "Can I help you? Can I help you with this? Can I do this?" She is that, and anybody who has, like recently in the month of July, we had 2 panel discussions. So she was in the first part of the panel discussion, and she volunteered to support the next group of 5 people. Of course, there were others also, but she took. Similarly, she was she was part of the organizing team in 1 month, and then she volunteered that for the next month, when new people come in, they will need to know what has happened. So I'll be the, so she's the one who connects. She's the one who shares. Whatever is created. So when I put up any, blogs, or when I put up, posts or anything like that, she's among the first who will, talk about it, spread it, find things out a little more. I rely on her, and I have Utkarsha here. I rely on both of them to point out my mistakes, because it is in the larger interest. The moment anything happens, and which may seem a little 19-20, they will quickly bring it to my notice. Ma'am, aise hota, ma'am, aise. Aditi will not hesitate to pick up the phone and call me, irrespective of the time. If she really feels for what she wants to talk, so if it's really matters, and most of the time, 99% of the time, it is about somebody else. It's not for herself.
Wow.
That's what my Aditi is. Lots of love to you, Aditi. Would you like to share something about what you've just discovered about yourself?
Thank you so much, ma'am. It means I did not expect this. I'm speechless right now.
But it resonates, right? You are this kind of person, right?
Yeah.
It is amazing knowing you like this, Aditi. It is just amazing.
And her family is they are all guru sadhaks. So there is a lot of blessings from the guru.
She has
also
come through those blessings.
Yes, definitely.
She's a blessing in herself.
Definitely. Superb, Aditi.
And then who do we have? We have Vanshika.
Yes, I'll just her video. I'll just look at her first. Vanshika, please switch on your video so I can quickly locate you. With more than 50 videos on here, it's a bit.
So, Sandhya, this card you know very well.
Oh, is it?
I have used it very. This is what I would say was your card once upon a time.
Okay.
This is the Pushpak Viman.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
So Vanshika, it is possible that earlier you were more introverted and you were like, but I think that in future you are going to be, whenever there is something good, you are going to be able to broadcast it and spread that good word to the whole world. Okay, you have this quality, like anything that is, what does Pushpak Viman do? It moves at the speed of light, right? It moves incredibly fast. So anything good that has to be spread, you are going to be amazing at it. Okay. Were you shy in the beginning? Yeah. But as you step in, as the years go by, you will actually find yourself just, from those butterflies in the stomach, you're going to emerge as a butterfly. That's how I see you. And the butterfly, what does it go? It takes the nectar of one flower and then it keeps going everywhere. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to find something that is very beautiful and spread the message. Okay. I also see you that you will be very good in partnerships. You have a very good aesthetic sense. You're very pleasant to talk to. You have a harmonizing energy. Wherever you go, everything becomes more harmonized, and you will work excellent in partnerships. Okay. Find someone who's complementary or even harmonious to you and try to do things with a partner, and you're going to excel. Okay. But this is an aspect you should. So whenever you find something good and of value, you should become like All India broadcast or a global broadcast. Okay. And when you do that, you will discover your potential more and more. The more we do the more we utilize our talents, other talents get revealed. Okay. This is how I see you. And you're a great harmonizer. You know when to say what to make the situation the most beautiful possible. You're very, very beautiful aesthetic person. Yes, Sandhya?
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. I mean, look at it. She is the one who has invited about 9 people to this.
How many people?
9.
Wow.
9 people, 9 of her friends, cousins, and this was totally not expected. This was not instructed also, I mean, I just put it there and I said, feel free to call your friends, feel free to, invite your friends. And the next, when I see the group, I see the entire list of people and I see about 9 names and in the bracket, Vanshika's cousin, Vanshika's brother, Vanshika's friend, and I was like, wow, what's happening?
Yeah.
So beautiful. So see how it came, you spread it just like what Mansi just explained, you spread something good and you found potential. So the more you do that, the more you spread about other people's work and other people's goodness, which you are learning, which you're anyways, doing it. Aesthetic sense, yes, she's now learning, graphic designing, and she's amazing with sketches. She's amazing with painting. So is Aditi.
At what painting did you say? What did you say?
Paintings, she does.
She's amazing in anything that is aesthetic, anything that makes the world more beautiful, anything that's aesthetic, you will excel. You will just excel.
And it starts with her smile, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Super. Vanshika, did you share something with her?
Oh, ma'am, thank you so much.
She's just like, my presence is making everything more beautiful. Words are not necessary.
Absolutely. That's how she is. That's how Vanshika is. Amazing. So I've been a scribe for all 3 of my students. I've put stuff there. You could, copy stuff from there. It's a reflection. And in case you need to ask something, I am available. Mansi is also available.
This is so. I mean, I really admire your talent, Sandhya, in doing this. And I'll hand over to Sandhya. What I want to say is, this is a small jhalak of This is a jhalak, a glimpse of what we are planning to do on a larger program. So, we are planning to, so today when I talked about all these sutras, it was more generalized. Okay. And even the tarot reading and the astrology, we were able to go, we only had limited time to go into it. We want to go deeper. And I don't even know y'all actually. So, we want to take it, we want to go deeper and customize this for all of you. And I'll let Sandhya share that. Sandhya?
Yes, just give me a moment.
Yes.
Yes. So let me first absorb all these, wonderful energies, because Sia said that I'm second mom to all of them. So as a proud mother, let me just, relish. Let me just take this whole thing with me.
Orange sketch pen.
Orange sketch pen. Okay. I think it is in your cupboard there. Please pardon me this small distraction. So Prakash is attending a doodle session and he needs something. It is here. It's in this cupboard. Just pick it up from here, or you can use this orange pencil. All right. Thank you. Yeah. Pardon me the distraction. So let me take in all this, wonderful energies, because when I heard about Niyati, when I heard about Aditi, when I heard about Vanshika, when I heard Sia speaking, when I heard the others interacting with you, during the course of today's session, the maternal pride in me was, swelling. It was coming up in waves after waves after waves. And somehow, maybe, I'm being very honest and candid here, maybe the trauma that I went through during my teenage, is getting healed through them. So I see that kind of insight, I see that kind of an understanding out of all this that is happening around me. Starting identifying an ecosystem, birthing it, connecting it with Quanto life, and someone like me, Vanshika, a Pushpak Viman like me, helping me, or, helping spread the good word. All this is coming all together, and it is, as time is going by, moment by moment, my belief is becoming stronger that this is such an empowering way to actually plant yourself in the right ecosystem, bloom in such a way that the world around you is able to leverage on your gifts. So I have a question for the young brigade here. All of you, you've been watching what is happening. I'm sure you have understood and absorbed most of it, even if there are some doubts in your mind, or even if some things are, not understandable at this moment. It's okay. That's fine. The understanding will come. But besides that, I want you to tell me that, did you find today's session completely different, or completely new or innovative in many ways than you expected? Just put yes in the chat box if you feel so. And this is an open question to all of you. Did you find this session very innovative? You haven't experienced anything like this before, so it's very, very innovative for you. All right. Okay, thank you. And do you think that if you also are able to, do you want to learn how to do this? I spent my time from 2014 till now, 6 years is what I've been on this path. Yes, okay, you love the session. Shravani says she loves the session. Wonderful. My next question was that, do you want to learn how to do this for yourself? Understand, right now you are not an individual anymore after this moment. Please understand, the universe has chosen 62 of us to be in this space right now. It is, today's pet word, synchronicity, that we are all here. There are hundreds of people who received the invitation, hundreds of people who received the registration, all that information, everything. People but 62 of us are here. And do you want to learn this for yourself so that your talents are useful to the world outside? So I think most of them have responded to it. And my third question is that, do you believe that Mansi, Quantashivo, and me would be the right guide? Do you feel that connection with us? If we become, if we are your coaches collectively for a program, do you feel a connection with us? Type connection, because if it's yes, 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 then I get confused to which you're responding. So type connection. Okay. All right. All right. Super. You all are always a guidance. 1 minute. I missed somebody's chat there. I want to read it. Arpita says, you are always a guidance for me. Intense connection. Oh, lovely, Arpita. I am thanking you on behalf of Quantashivo and on behalf of Mansi, and lastly on my behalf also for this lovely message. Niyati, I want to learn more about myself. Yes, that's my next question actually. So do you understand the power? Do you feel that you will be empowered, that once you know yourself, the 3 sutras, I have put the 3 sutras on the chat box also. One is about discovering yourself deeply. Second is about creating value and also protecting yourself from the value getting dispersed, getting disseminated. And the third is about being in synchronization with divine energies. So do you feel or do you want to know yourself better? Type know myself. KNOW. Know myself. Superb, superb, superb. Wow, it feels like showers of blessings. When you respond there on the chat, doesn't it, Mansi? Doesn't it feel
Absolutely, absolutely. And I'm hearing in my heart. I'm not hearing
Yes.
my ears. I'm hearing all this heart. Really, thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much for
and
the love.
yes, and
It looks
if
like,
you
feels like love.
it is because it feels so. So with folded hands, I take this moment, I take this permission from everyone who's present here to announce a course, a structured course from Quantum Life and Exceedables coming together. And I will just share the poster of that with all of you. Are you able to see the poster?
Yes.
Okay. So between the age of 13 to 25, the program is called A Hero's Journey Inside Out. Discover and cultivate your unique potential and apply them in your life using the 3 quantum sutras, which we just discovered today in the last 2 hours. It is an 8-session program. It starts on the 8th of August. It's weekly once, so 8 sessions, so 8 weeks. It's about a 2-month program. And it is in the evening from 7:30 to 9:30. This is keeping in mind that most of you have online school, colleges and stuff like that. So 7:30 to 9:30, weekly once. It's a 100% online program, and it will cover energy matrix, astrology, and one-to-one tarot sessions. It's like what happened today. What Mansi did was just scratching the surface. Believe you me, when she sits with you one-to-one, you have a space journey. You just meet everybody and come. It feels like you just go up there and you say hello to Indradev, and then you say hello to Vayudev, and then you say hello to this person, and that they partner with them. So that is included in this. The introductory offer, the original pricing of this 8 sessions is 7,200. However, as an introductory, this is the world's first batch. I'm saying the world's first batch because by grace of the Devas, with the blessings of the Devas, our intention is to go global. And this is the first batch of the world. We have 21 seats for the first batch. And the offering is at 3,600 rupees for 8 sessions with 3 coaches, Quanto Shilpo, Mansi, and myself. I will also be taking a few sessions under their guidance. So I am also an integral part of this whole thing. This poster, I will be putting it on the WhatsApp group. We'll be sharing it. Rupali can help us put it on the WhatsApp group that we have. And you can contact me and you can send an email to help@exceedables.com mentioning Hero's Journey. Just mention Hero's Journey. And if you have any questions or queries or anything, you can put it on the email and then we'll talk to you one-on-one as far as this is concerned. This is suitable for ages 13 to 25. So, it's the youngsters, the young brigade. Somewhere we feel that the devas want us to prepare the next generation. We'll not disclose our age, Mansi. We shouldn't do that, right? That's a secret.
Yeah, I have been getting younger just being with these people. So
I swear, me too. Me too. So I think the devas want us to do this. It is like a divine responsibility. I feel. Each child that I coach and each child I listen to. When they come to me with their concerns and they come to me with their fears, and when I tell them, when I'm able to guide them, I feel it's the divine talking to me. So this is what we have to offer all of you very humbly with folded hands. We are doing it. So what do you think? How many of you would like to enroll? Just put enroll in the chat. Let the universe know your decision. The universe needs to know your decision. We'll work out the details. Don't worry about the details. We work out the details. But on the chat, put enroll if you feel pulled towards it. Doubts, keep the doubts later. We'll manage the doubts later. We'll manage the questions later. But in the heart of your heart, how many of you feel that, it's time? It's time to step into your own unique potential. It's time to respond to the call of the cosmos. The cosmos is calling you that, this is your life work. Just like it called Nancy and me, to come together for this. We put this up together in the last, 2 days, Nancy?
Yes, absolutely.
2 days.
It's just, absolutely. It just came about. It really just did. Synchronicity.
Absolutely. I would love to. I have always believed in this, that even when no one of my friends and family did. See, I know that, sweetheart. I completely know, and I'm giving you tight hugs when you're saying this. I know your emotions.
I totally hear you, Sia. I totally hear you.
I know these emotions, and I'm aware of that. And I'm giving you a tight hug. Where are you? I need to see you right now. There you are. Let me just spin your video and let me send you a tight hug. Tight hug, Sia. This girl is to watch out for, Mansi. This girl is to watch out.
Yes, I got my eyes.
She is amazing, right from the word go.
And whoever I've heard is so amazing, and there's so many others I haven't really heard from them, and I'm like so curious to know more about them. I can't wait to do astro readings for everybody, because we'll be doing that also. Along with, we'll be working on the sutras also, but we'll also be doing, tarot and astro, private one-to-one astro for everyone.
I love that. I am jumping like a bunny inside. It's like that energizer bunny jumping.
And I am too, because it is such a joy to know people's potential and what they're going to do in the world. And this is the age, this is the age where you can do so much.
Absolutely.
So go ahead.
Absolutely. So I have some responses. Oh God, I saw the chat box. So many of them. Great, wonderful. 1 minute. There is yeah, okay. All right. So can I have Rupali quickly note down the names, and I will again put in the chat.
Yeah, and Sandhya, they will also be saved. The chat will also be saved.
So I am putting the email address on the chat.
Yes.
Wait, let me set it. So what all of you can do is, all of you who have, showed indication towards, enrolling, please send an email to that. Just a one-liner is enough, and we'll come back to you. And we will help you. We still have time for the enrollment process, so don't worry. Mansi is there, Quanto Shivo is there, Dadu's blessings are there with us, and I am there to serve you. So don't worry at all. You are, if Exceedable Community was one level, this is like the next level,
This
of
is
being
the synthesis. This
fearless.
is the synthesis of both, which is always higher.
Always
right?
higher.
You always says when two things come together, it's always higher.
It's always higher. Yes, yes. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, there is a question from Hemant. I'll just. There are 6 people watching this session today. We really loved it, but we all are very busy with online classes from Monday till Saturday. So it becomes a bit difficult to join the session every week. I'm really sorry, and thanks to Kiran Sankeshwar, who is my friend, but it becomes a bit difficult. I'm sorry again. Okay. Okay. I have my class every day from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. except Saturday and Sunday. It would help if you tell the day. Okay, so when you send me the email, I hear you, Hemant. I hear you completely. When you send the email, do also mention if you have some, things like this, some pivots, and we will try and see what can be. I cannot commit on behalf of the other coaches and their timings, but we will try and see what is possible. Is that okay, Mansi?
Yes, we will make every attempt. We will make every possible attempt to accommodate everyone, because anyone who feels called for that, we want to bring them in. Right? That is the most important thing. Because these are worldly considerations are important, but yeah, go ahead. We want to bring everyone in.
Mansi rightly said it. If you felt the calling, it is our divine responsibility and duty to help you connect the calling. So we will iron out these issues. Don't hesitate to connect and put your issues on the email, saying that this is what is your preferred time, or anything else that you want to put your concerns there for your heart. We address it. We'll address it for sure. For sure. All right. So Mansi, can we have somebody? Do we have someone who's doing the formal closing, or?
Sandhya, should we invoke Ma Saraswati? Just a quick invocation for Ma Saraswati.
Sure. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is that okay? We are a little over, but this would be like about 10 minutes or so. Is that okay? Are you all ready for for connecting deeper to the third sutra? Are we connecting to divine consciousness? Okay, so we get a glimpse of our processes.
So you can just put Ma Saraswati in the chat. We'll just get ready for that. Put Ma Saraswati.
Yeah. So Atin, you can play music in a while, okay? Once I introduce, I'll let you know. Okay. So when you put Ma Saraswati in the chat, it is in a way inviting her into this chat, into this session, right? We are all going slightly high tech, so I'm sure Ma Saraswati is listening and is part of this. Yeah.
So look at this synchronicity too. I am in white and maroon, the color of Mukambika, the Mahasaraswati.
Yes, and in fact, actually, I just noticed I am in maroon, and so is Shivo.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. So is Aditi. Aditi is showing off.
Yeah. And you know what we need? And if you're not, we need all the colors of the spectrum. There is.
Of course.
So absolutely.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes.
So there is. I want to demonstrate Saraswati breath. We're going to call it the Swan Breath. We will get ready for meditation. I just want to demonstrate it. So what we do is we breathe in. We look up like that, just like a swan. The swans do it. I used to live in Lake San Marcos, and there were lots of swans. They were white as well as black swans, and this is how they would do it. So when Shiva showed me, I was like, that's exactly how swans do it. So breathe in and look up. Okay, so that's how we will do in the process. Okay, so what I want everyone to do is sit comfortably. sit in a way that if possible, you can lie down. Okay. If you can't lie down, that's okay. In the process, I'll be also leading you towards Shavasana. So if you can lie down, lie down. If you can't, just relax in your own place. So now to get started, just close your eyes. Sit comfortably with a straight spine. Breathe in. Feel your belly expand. Breathe out, feel it deflate. Now scan your body from head to toe. Feel your head, your forehead, your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Feel your neck. Feel your shoulders and arms, your heart, your chest, lungs, your belly, your hips, your legs, all the way to your toes. And repeat after me. Quantu, quantu, quantu. Quantu is a vibrational field. Just like we go to a temple, this is a psychic temple that we have created where we have invited all the gods and goddesses and angel and scientists and masters. So let's take a breath and repeat again. Quantu, quantu, quantu. Now invite all your gurus, all your mentors, your community from Exodable. If you're a part of the quantum community, you can invite that. You can invite everyone you consider to be divine in your life and invite them to be a part of this session. Invite them to be a part of this process. As we invite Ma Saraswati into our bodies, into our lives, we start with the swan breath. So breathe in, raise your neck, breathe out, bring your neck to the usual position. So breathe in, breathe out. Once again, continue doing this for 4 more breaths. Now feel Ma Saraswati in your body. She's like the river that runs through an enlightened mind. She is the flowing stream of consciousness, ever ready to inspire us. Her whole being is so pure, so wise. Every word of her takes life and manifests into the world. We invite this Ma Saraswati into our bodies, into our lives. And now let us have a heart-to-heart with Ma Saraswati. Tell her about any confusion you have about your unique potential. Any confusion you have about what field you must go into. Think about all the things you love to do, what fields you are passionate about. Maybe there is a confusion. Maybe you wonder and you have doubts if life is going to support that. Maybe you have doubts
whether it's going to give you the money or fame you want, whatever it is. I want you to have this heart to heart with Ma Saraswati and feel this doubts and confusion in your body. Think about your field of interest and go into that like a movie. And then see what doubts arise, what confusion arises, and feel it in your body. It could be that confusion, that doubt could be anywhere in your body. Any of those negative things, any of those blocks, feel them where they are and feel how do they look at. And now I invite Atin to play music, which is a frequency that will take you deep into your subconscious, okay? So just go into the movie of what you want to do and see if there are any blocks there. Yes, Atin, can you please play? Now lie down into Shavasana if you can. If you can't, remain seated on your chair, but just go into deep relaxation. If you're lying down, keep equal weight of your body on both the sides as much as you can. Even if you're sitting, if you're uncrossed your legs, if you're crossed your legs, just uncross it. In whichever way you can, just relax. Now you're meeting the universal consciousness through this, so just go into relaxation. Now slowly, slowly start wriggling your fingers and toes. Start waking up. If you were lying down, come up to sitting. Keep your eyes closed. Now rub your palms together. Feel the energy that is created. And massage it on your face and all over your body. Slowly open your eyes. Namaste. We would love to hear how your experience was. How do you feel now?
Rejuvenated.
Yeah, can you turn on the, feel free to turn on the videos. We love to see your faces and your voices. Yeah, was it Sia who said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm feeling rejuvenated. Very good. Excellent. Anyone else would like to share how they are feeling?
It was refreshing and peaceful.
Yeah, who's sorry, I could not. Yeah, was that Niyati?
No, Utkarsha.
Utkarsha. Hi, thank you, Utkarsha. Thank you.
More calm and peaceful, relaxed.
Can you say your name also, because sometimes it's hard to find because there's so many faces.
This was Niyati.
Hi,
Calm
Niyati.
and relaxed.
Yeah. Aditi also says she feels good and peaceful. Thank you. Anyone else would like to share? Feel free to share anything. Anything if you saw anything, you felt anything. Everything is welcome. Whatever we see is like a gift from the divine. So even if you didn't feel anything, you're welcome to share everything. Okay?
Ma'am, can I share?
Yes.
So I have quite a few things planned for the future, but I am a little unclear as to how I'm going to go about it. I have a good plan, but some of it is unclear. So I just like thought about all of that, and it sort of played like a movie, like a reel of how it can go. And yeah, some moments were blocked, some moments were blacked, but I think those are the moments I need to figure out about. But almost all of them are pretty clear as to what I actually need to do, and I think that's really, I was really happy.
Yeah, and you were able to feel some blocks also, and you were
Yeah, I
able to
was.
see that whole thing. Excellent. Thank you so much for sharing. Did anyone feel any, they got some inspiration? Did anyone feel anything like that? It was beautiful sharing, Sia.
Thank you.
Anyone, any other feelings, or they got inspired, or they got more clear, or they got more confused, anything? Any other kind of sharing? The whole energy seems more peaceful, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Yes, Niyati.
During meditation, I went back to what we were discussing about me before that, and as you mentioned education, and you said that was also a synchronization. Like it could have been anything else, but you came up with education. Also, if you can see this, I'm wearing this because of something my dad talked, like he just got it out of some astrology. I don't really know exactly what, but he got it out of that. And I pray to Ma Saraswati every morning, so I guess I'm somewhere connected to that too. So I had few questions, like I got my astrological reading, and in the tarot reading they got a few goddesses or a few, like some god. So I was just thinking if all of this is connected.
Yeah, I'm sure. And you will find more and more connections as you go deeper into it. It is, first of all, it was synchronous that so many of the topics that I was going to talk about be found in your horoscope. I only looked at 3.
So, it was just synchronous. Yours was like the very first one we saw. And then we were almost like, we're not going to take this because your timing is so close. But then it just felt it was synchronous. So it was the very first one. So we didn't even decide. The decision was not on us. Whichever was the first one, we took that. So it is connected, that you pray to Ma Saraswati. Today it was an invocation. So there is deeper connections, and as you go deeper, you will find more and more synchronicities, more and more connections. So yes, I agree with you. Sandhya, you would like to share anything, or?
Yeah, I'm just checking, if any of my other students, maybe Saket or maybe Tanmay would like to share what they experienced. Okay, I think we are done with the sharing now. So yes, Mansi, I think we can call it a day. So yes, we are, the email address is available with all of you. You can connect. Those of you in the audience who are not from Exceedables, the offer to you is of a free assessment of leadership behaviors that we do at Exceedable. And in case you've already done your assessment and you're still not, gone into the enrollment phase, we're offering you a 10% discount on the coaching as well. This is just our offering. This is our way of saying thank you to the universe. This is the gift that we are sharing with the universe. So the way to contact is the same. Just put a mail at hello@exceedables.com. You can say I want my free assessment done. That's also possible. If you for any reason you're not thinking of enrolling in the Heroes program, you can still avail the Exceedable assessment. It's all fine for us. We are all connected. We are all one. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine as well as as far as that goes. So we'll be in touch. We'll look at what deals we receive, and we'll try and work out the days and dates. We will look at how that can be adjusted, and we will reach back to you soon.
Thank you so much. So many of you I'm meeting for the first time, and there are many whom I have met before. There are some who I met before, and I feel a deeper connection. And I hope this is just the beginning of a journey. Whether you join this program or elsewhere, I hope that this journey we have together is just getting started, and I look forward to many more such journeys with you. Just a delight to meet your students, Sandhya. Just absolute
Thank
delight.
you so much. Thank you so much, Mansi. I always, pride and very lovingly call the flowers of my garden.
Yes, absolutely.
So that is what they are for me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So we end this meeting. Pranam, namaste to everybody. Thank you so much for coming and choosing to spend your time with us. And we really hope this was valuable to you. It has added some value, that you remember whatever you were able to get from here, the vibrations, and Pranam.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Very welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome. You're welcome. All of you. Superb. Thank you so much.